Bow, bow, bow. We back, guys. Stone Chris in the building. Hey, look, let's get into it, man. Right now, it's been a while, man. Shout out to everybody that's been keeping up. But I'm on my fourth part, man. We're going to talk about black issues. We're going to talk about black issues because that's what need to be discussed. And we need more and more black people talking about it. Because we all know once somebody outside of the race talk about it, first thing people like to scream, oh, they racist, oh, they hate, they racist. No, we need to check ourselves. You know what I mean? We got to check ourselves, man. And that brings me to something I just experienced recently, man. And I said I'm going to talk about it, man, because this part of black issues, and I ain't the only one that's facing it, and are the only person that ever had to deal with it, but unconditional love. What is unconditional love? And the reason I say this is like a black issue, man, because I personally know that people have me in their corner with strings attached. We like him because of who, you know what I'm saying? We like him because we know we know who he is, we know who we are, and we know who he is, you know what I'm saying? And we know what he got, you know what I'm saying? So that's a reason to keep that guy close, me. All right, that's the reason for them to keep me close. And so not just friends, but family. Man, keep him close. So whenever we need some, ring, ring, ring. Hey, yeah, man, I'm a little jacked up, you know, right now. Can you loan me $100? Can you give me $1,000? Can you do this? Can you do that? And a lot of folks, the minute you tell them no, they write you off. Listen, I had a person so petty, of course I ain't calling that. I had a person so petty to show me love on my YouTube page. The minute they didn't get their way with me and they felt some type of way, don't you know they deleted their comment of them supporting me? That's petty is all I do. We ain't gonna get too much into that, but unconditional love, man, that's one thing that affect us, you know, in our communities, and we got to be the ones to talk about it. And you know, now that it's on my mind, what about in our communities how we talk about, you know what I mean, being safe? You know what? Let me just really get over into it. All right. When it comes to parenting and fathering our children, all right, on both ends, when it comes to the women, watch who you choose to give a baby. Watch who you choose to have a baby for. All right. Listen, now it's some good men out here who try to be good fathers and women do them wrong. And then vice versa, you got some good women out here and men do them wrong. So men do women wrong, women do men wrong. In the black community, we cannot afford it. All right, to overall get to the root of our issues, I think that it deals a lot with ignorance, and I've said that in part one, maybe part two, maybe part three, because this is part four. And again, with the issues we face, man, a lot of that is dealing with ignorance. We don't want no one else to critique us. We don't want no one else to tell us how to go about getting ourselves together. And truth be told, a lot of us like to pluck on the string of racism. All right, if a white person has an opinion, say, you know what, I think Donald Trump is a better president over Joe Biden for this reason right here. Oh, you racist. Oh, you racist. Like, it's like other races can't even, like, they can't even say nothing. I mean, you can't, they can't critique at all. They can't say, hey, man, look, your community need to get it together because this, that. Oh, he racist. Oh, he racist. And I mean, there's a lot of racism going on, systemic racism, and we know that. But we can't keep making that an excuse on why we not doing what we need to do. And the reason I say that is because the truth of the matter is, and I'm bringing nothing but truth to the table when it comes to these black issues. The truth of the matter is we live in well, wait a minute. We live in the most powerful nation there is. You know what I'm saying? You know, like we live in the most powerful nation there is right now, the United States of America, many of us. And we have the resources to pull up by the bootstrap. And we are divided on so many levels. And a lot of people like to point the finger, oh, you know what, it's because they stand in our way, they stand in our way. You're not going to tell me that you can be self-taught in America, you can learn to read a book, you can learn to think for yourself and apply critical thinking and away from your sleep and slumber. You can go out here and work 2 or 3 jobs and get the financial backing that you need to overcome what you know what I mean? Our ancestors done passed the baton to get us to where we are. And so let me not make it complicated. In other words, to be in the most powerful nation in the world right now and you not be able to make ends meet, a lot of that is dealing with ignorance and a lot of that is dealing with being lazy. And like I say, you know, you're gonna hear me say it as many times as I possibly can because we got to call each other out and we got to step our game up. And another thing, it's so many things that are black issues that we can fix ourselves that many of us are choosing not to fix. I'm gonna give you another simple one, and then I'm gonna get to the real meat of it. You know what I mean? Well, we had to meet. Excuse me, but anyway, this issue right here is one that I don't see the black community fixing no time soon. All right, the safety of our communities and our neighborhoods and our cities. Right now, I'm in Stonecrest, predominantly 90%, if not higher, are African American. All right, population. All right, our neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Our community as Arabian Mountain Heritage Area. Our city, Stonecrest, again, make up of 90% African American. And when it comes to our safety, we don't have no other races coming here shooting up the place, bombing the place, stealing, doing this, that, and the third. It's us. When it comes to our parts, somebody's doing graffiti, somebody's damaging our parts. When it comes to doggone, well, not all of them, but you know what I mean. When it comes to our mall, when it comes to theft, when it comes to stealing cars and breaking it, listen, man. That's us. And what that tells me is parents got to get back to monitoring their children. There's no way my children finna tell me, hey, look, Pops, I've been out. You know what I mean? And I've been out selling water. And that don't even, like, let me stop right there because, like I say, I don't think it's a bad thing to get out here and hustle and earn a dollar. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, I govern my children. I know where they are. I keep an eye on them. I keep some communication going. And we're not going to make it about me. But what I'm saying is if I can do it, I know it can be done. You know what I mean? So it boils down to parents not monitoring and watching and not even having the time to raise their children. So now these children out here running wild and wreaking havoc amongst the community. And so this is our issue. All right? And so, like I say, man, when it comes to the safety part of it is when something go left or something go wrong, we got this no snitching rule. All right, if you see something and somebody could shoot somebody could somebody could just be doing something terribly wrong in the community. And we got this rule and this code that we don't say nothing. So with that being said, it's going to be very hard to fix our communities when it comes to safety, all right, and security. It's going to be very hard. As long as that rule right there is in place, it's going to be hard to get anything done because that means our own people can come wreak havoc amongst the community, do dirt, and then nobody not say nothing. Because they want to be looked at as cool. You know what I'm saying? So we got that bad, very, very bad in our community. And I'm not saying we started it. You know what I'm saying? And real quick, man, my old lady was telling me, baby, you wore your hoodie already. It's too hot. Take your hoodie off. So I'm going to change clothes in the middle of the show. Sit this aside over here. I'll just sit it right here. Should forget it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, check out my literature. Just when I thought I was going to make this video as offensive as I need to make it, because see, many of us need to have a conversation. Many of us got to have the conversation and really put it out there. So anyway, man, let's keep on going because, like I say, this is not gonna be the last part of Black Issues, man. Let me tell you about another one of our crazy issues, man. That whole symbolism, and what I mean by symbolism is how we let materials own us. All right, Mercedes-Benz symbol, BMW symbol, Audi, Fendi, Louis, Gucci, Burberry, all of these symbols pretty much own us. So I would say to the non-blacks that are watching this, next time people go to talking about, oh, it's the oppressor, oh, it's the colonizer, and granted, looking at history books, do your research. The colonizer is ruthless. All right, the colonizer or the oppressor is savage, barbaric. I mean, hey, see for yourself. It's in the history. It's documented. All right, so yeah, they savages, all right. But at the end of the day, let's talk about our issues because, like I say, I'm here to put you on blast. Because, like I say, if somebody outside of the race said, then they get called, oh, you're racist, oh, you hateful. But I'm going to say it, and many more of us need to call it out and say it. But when it comes to these symbols and owning us, how are you going to sit back and go and make all of your money, whether you're hustling, whether you're a celebrity, or whether you're working 2 or 3 jobs, and then you turn around and then give your money to opposing forces? Allegedly, the ones that you blame are called opposing forces. Don't make any sense. Don't make any sense. In other words, many of us don't know the power of our dollar and the spending power that we have. So we'll turn around and go and hustle for the money, do God knows what for the money, only to turn around and give it right back to the oppressor. Buy all of the things and stuff we want. Okay, yeah, I got this, I got that. And it's a token of our prowess. And at the end of the day, beg for what you need. Buy what you want when you have the money, but then cry and beg for what you need. It don't make any sense. Many of us need to call each other out. These are black issues. These issues are the ones that we could fix ourselves, and we're not doing it. So that basically tells me that we got these shackles on our mind. We got these shackles on our brain. Oh, look what our ancestors went through. They've been hung by trees. They've been burnt alive. You know, the whites was ruthless. They relentless. And due to those conditions, it got us in the boat we in now. Listen, no, you're going to have to retract. You're going to have to retract that for the simple fact you're in the most powerful nation. You can go and get 2 or 3 jobs. For crying out loud, you can be homeless and sit at the corner of I-20, sit at the corner of an expressway and beg for $100. In third world countries and a lot of other countries, they can't do it. You got other people in other countries sitting back looking at us, and regardless of if you white, Asian, or black, if you go to these people country, because I've been to Africa, the minute you say America, but their eyes get big and they look at you totally different. They see something else, whether you black, Asian, regardless of what race. The minute you say America, boy, they look at you different. So what that tells me is the opportunity that we have here, many of us are not taking advantage of it. And that's the issue. That's the issue. Our community is hurting from that. You know what I mean? Our community is hurting from that. So again, next time you get your money and you, what do they call it? The N-word. I'm going to say it this one time. Nigger rich. You know what I'm saying? You get your money and you going to buy you a Benz. You going to buy you Gucci and Louis. And it look like you doing well. Look good, you feel good. And you look like you doing well. Bank account naked. Butt booty naked. Butt booty naked. So guess what? When you don't know the power of your dollar and your spending power, and you not setting up for the generations and the generations to come after you, that's selfish. It's selfish. Our community hurt bad from going to make everybody else rich. We at the bottom of the pyramid holding everybody else up. And I'm believing now it's by choice. Let's go to the bottom of the pyramid and let's just do what we've been doing. Let's hold everybody up and put them above us. Let's put them above us. For the simple fact, we are not working together. We're not educating ourselves. And like I say, the real root and the cause of this stuff is ignorance. All of this stuff boils down to ignorance. I mean, you know better, you do better. A lot of the choices we make is setting us back, all right? But yeah, man. So I spoke on unconditional love, and like I said, I ain't really go into details. I ain't blast nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I did blast us. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of fake love out here. You know what I'm saying? I talked about what symbolism, how symbolism got us by the neck right now. That's the new what they call it that rope noose. You know what I'm saying? That's the new noose, doggone. You know what I mean? All of these symbols that own us, and that's a token of our prowess, just to show off. Knowing you ain't got nothing in your bank account. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, I'm gonna go and doggone. I'm a stunt. I'm gonna go and buy a doggone. I heard Marvin Gaye say in one of his songs. I'm gonna buy the baddest house I can find. I'm gonna go and get the coolest car. And they're like, ego tripping out. That's the name of the song, Ego Tripping Out by Marvin Gaye. But yeah, man, so that tells me we've been doing this for a long time. You know what I mean? And like I say, I'm casually talking about these issues on part four. And again, it's not made to condemn you guys, but like I say, these conversations have to be had. All right, you're gonna hear me say that in each episode because what I'm gonna do now is you got fan base, and if many of you don't know fan base, in fact, take a look right here. I mean, I'm gonna hold it up. I got a few companies and organizations on here. I got One United. That's the largest African American bank in the United States. Support One United. You know what I mean? Support One United, the largest African American bank in the country. We got the Black Achievement Fund. That's the avenue that we can take to become economically independent. And then you got fan base, which is black on social media. Many of us, we come up with so many excuses of why we won't support and do the right thing. No, I don't want to go to One United. I heard it was digital. I heard this and that. Make every excuse in the world. Oh, fan base. I like Instagram. I like such and such. Black Achievement Fund. Oh, they might steal our $9 a month. Listen, we have to finance our liberation. Financing our liberation meaning we won't have to go and beg for no reparation. Listen, we haven't received reparations by now. It's been hundreds of years. I mean, the largest Holocaust in the world. We still haven't received reparation. I'm not saying give up on that. If you can fight for it and you convinced we can get it, then keep on fighting for it. But until then, we're gonna have to do what we have to do, and this is why this is called, and this is why this is Black Issues. Because we got to do what we got to do. And Black Achievement Fund, it's an avenue. It's an avenue that we can take to say, you know what? We make up roughly 50 million. Let's take 10 million out of the 50 million, which is what is that, 1/5? You know what I'm saying? Of black folks, which equates to 10 million. If we put in $9 a month, that's 90 million a month, 1.08 billion annually for us to say, you know what? Let's build our own schools. It's one thing to say our black children go to black schools, but no, I'm talking about like outright own the school. Let's build our own medical institution so we can doctor on ourselves and practice holistic practices. You know what I'm saying? Versus taking drugs and being drugged and having to keep coming back because they done doped us up. And you know what I mean? Drug dealers make money off the comeback. I mean, if you didn't know it, you know what I mean? We got to hurt you to heal you. You know what I'm saying? So look, let's do things the way we do it, and let's become economically, socially, politically, doggone empowered. You know what I mean? But again, when you're operating out of ignorance, you don't know where you're going. You don't know where to start. You don't know what to do. So I say to you, hey, look, check yourself. Quit making doggone excuses on why you not joining the Black Achievement Fund, why you not banking with One United, why you not on black on social media such as fan base. You know what I mean? And then, like I say, and why you don't just outright support black businesses. You know what I mean? From restaurants, the mechanic shops. I mean, support. You know what I mean? So again, man, these are a lot of the issues we face, and it's up to us to step our game up. But what has to happen, more of us have to talk about it. More of us have to talk about it and make it cool for blacks to get off their behind and break those shackles and quit playing the blame game. Oh, it's the white man. A white man didn't agree with me. Oh, you racist. And then you crying about it. That's going to keep you dependent and keep you stagnant. All right? Pick up some books, learn to read, step up your vocabulary, exercise your brain, and start thinking critically and make better decisions. All right, make better decisions. All right, because that's what it ultimately boils down to. Your choices. It's you. You know what I mean? Like right now, it's one thing to say, what, oh, the whites got white privilege. They still reap the benefit of what the slave owners and slave masters done in the past. Generations and generations of their family got rich off of free slave labor. And they did. It's true. It's true. And it's not right. You know what I mean? Nobody haven't said sorry yet. So I know you're still in your feeling. Nobody ain't said sorry. Ain't nobody gonna dish out no reparations. The Japanese got reparations, the Native Americans got reparations, you name it. The European Jewish got reparations. They still doggone keeping us at the bottom. They done experimented with us with the Tuskegee experiment. They done took the man out of the house. Yeah, it's messed up. They savages for that. You know what I mean? Not all of them, but the ones that was in power and the ones that, played a role in making that happen. But let's go back to what we are doing. All right, because it's one thing to say, they savages, but right now you got black savages and you got black devils out here too. If you can sit here and do harm in the black community and nobody not say nothing, you got to be held accountable. You got to be held accountable. All right, none of us perfect. All right, things happen, but it's up to us to fix our problems and our situations. It's up to us. Let's move everybody out the way and then let's get tuned in and make that a thing from 2023 all the way into infinity to say let's focus on what we need to do to fix our situations and our problems because it's up to us. We can't expect them to doggone teach us doggone the right curriculum when we go into their institutions. It don't even make sense. They ain't teaching us the right stuff at school about black history. Then why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? Why don't you be self-taught? Why don't you do research? Why don't you go to the library? You have the options and you got the freedom to go to the library to learn what it is you want to learn. But you're not doing it. And so you playing the blame game, and that's a cop-out. That's the lame part right there. We looking lame as hell out here. All right, if you don't want to look lame and you don't want to look ignorant, step your game up. The only way you're going to step your game up is saying, you know what? I want to learn more about black history. Let me doggone do my research. You got the internet. You got libraries. Nobody ain't keeping you from no library. Nobody ain't keeping you from having no internet. So what's the excuse now? That part. All right. What's the excuse now that you living in the most powerful nation, which is the United States of America, and you still ain't got no damn job? What's the excuse now? You in America, you can hustle. Like I told you, we got homeless people wearing Michael Jordans. We got homeless people wearing clean clothes. So you don't have no excuses. And, even for myself, man, I don't know if y'all heard me say this before, but, if this will motivate you, meaning I don't have no college degree. All right. I don't have no college degree. I didn't make it to the highest grade in high school and graduate neither. All right. All right. And with that being said, I live in America, man. All right. I know how to read. I know how to apply and make great decisions. I know how to, exercise critical thinking. And I'm only saying this to motivate whoever's watching, meaning you don't have no excuses on why you can't do what you need to do. You don't have no excuses, all right? If you go out here and you make 3 babies, you go out here and get you 3 jobs. You go out here and guys, the issues that we face, it's up to us to fix. And like I say, earlier, I was pretty passionate about coming in here, making this video about black issues. But, right now I cool down, I'm winding down and, about ready to, wrap it on up for the evening. And I'm not as passionate as I felt earlier. So I'm going to keep this part 4 right here. But if you don't get nothing else from this video, watch part 1, black issues. Watch part 2, black issues. Part 3, and like I say, this is part 4. If you don't get nothing else, it's up to us to fix our situations. All right. Many of us, I heard a young lady the other day say she went over to Africa, and obviously she didn't have the best experience. You know what I mean? and now she think all Africans don't like us and they not accepting of us because she done had a bad encounter with one African. That's not good. If you're a person who've gone somewhere and you didn't have the best experience, don't blame everybody for it. All right, don't blame everybody for it. You know, oh, I went to Europe and I ran across some white people that was not so kind and welcoming. That don't mean they all like that. All right. A lot of what we deal with this day and age boil down to class. All right. It ain't even so much of black and white anymore. It's good and bad. It's right and wrong. It's good and evil. You know what I mean? Because everybody with black skin is not kin. And if you're a person that's sitting back and saying, you know what, since you confronting this situation and you calling us out, you the bad guy, you ain't black. And then, you know, so, but anyway, if you don't get nothing else, nothing else, from this video, ignorance plague our community, laziness, play the blame game until you can get what you want, mooch, 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 breastfeed off the government and try to get as much as you can for free and try to finesse the game. It's not going to happen. What's going to happen is they're going to move you out the way, give your food stamps to the Ukrainians, give your Section 8 to the Ukrainians, give your Social Security and tax money to the Ukrainians and whoever else that's going to come to the country and take advantage of the opportunity. You send back, you're not being productive, we want you out of the way. You got people in Africa looking at you crazy like, damn, you from America and you couldn't come up? Everybody trying to get to America so they can do their thing and you already over there and you bummed out? You lame as hell. You know what I mean? And that's how they looking at it. So anyway, guys, step your game up and read this for yourself. Read this right here and take this with you. All right. It's your boy, over and out. Stone Chris. Next time, part 4 Black Issues.